Okay. 2 years in sales. Wow. Sales after engineering. How about that? Now in digital marketing. Web analytics is process of collecting information and analysis. Super. Thank you so much, Pratik. Much appreciated. Sanika from Mumbai and working in Accenture. I think web analytics means insights, information performance of the website, and suggestions for improving performance. Great, Sanika. Thank you so much. Accenture is having a huge web analytics program. Are you a part of that? Nikhil from Meerut, UP. Okay, Nikhil, you're a student. Super. Priya from Madhya Pradesh. Did my graduation in economics honors from Bhopal. According to me, web analytics is the data we gather from website traffic. Thank you so much, Priya. Keshav, currently in Dubai, part of strategy team in real estate company, understanding ROI on digital spends. Great. Thank you so much, guys, for your introductions and welcome everyone to your session one. All right, let me go ahead and give you guys my introduction as well, and then we will go ahead and talk about web analytics. Okay. Uh, so, guys, my name is Kunal Mehta. I've been in this industry for last 13 years now. Uh, I'm also an engineer plus MBA, like pretty much all other Indian guys out there. So I did complete my engineering back in 2004 from IP University. Started working as a web developer, creating web pages and all that. And one fine day, my boss came to me and said that the web pages that I'm creating on that conversion rate is pretty low. At that time, I did not even know about what conversion rate is all about. So he asked me to go and check the weblogs. What weblogs are, we will go and talk about in a little while. So I did that, and for the very first time, I discovered. I mean, I always knew about it, but we never thought it through the way I was able to go ahead and see from my weblogs. So I saw how my users, our customers, actually behave so very differently from the way we actually go and design the website, how we want them to go and behave. For example, I would expect my users to actually go ahead and move in a very, very linear fashion from page A to page B to page C to page D, then page E, then page F, correct? But they don't move like this. What they can do is they can start from page A, then go to page C, go to page E, come back to page A, go to page B, go to page D, come back to page B, and so on and so forth. So their journeys are very different from how we imagine their journeys to be. And this is why all the conversion rate optimization and everything comes into the picture. And I really, really like this field. And I kept on working towards it. And then soon I realized that maybe this field is more to do with marketing concepts than the whole engineering concepts. So I did my MBA in marketing and sales from IIM Lucknow, came back, and since then worked with organizations like Dell Computers, uh, Adobe Systems, and currently working with Sapient, Publicis Sapient, which is one of your competitors. Sanika, since you are in Accenture, so we are in Sapient. I'm taking care of three regions: North America, UK, and APAC. So if there are any kind of a data requirement from these geographies, most probably it's my team which will actually go and work on it. So that's a bit about me. And let me go ahead and read a couple more introductions over here. Then I will go ahead and tell you how the course is structured over here. Sanika, working in digital marketing. Okay, great. But I'm not exposed to the actual working. I do managerial roles. Join this course to learn. All right, Sanika, great. Welcome. Priya from Delhi worked in real estate industry, mostly handling marketing, web analytics. Thank you so much, Priya. Ratish from Muscat, sales and marketing, web analytics would provide you various tools to analyze the performance of a website. Absolutely fantastic, Ratish. Thank you so much. Welcome. Now, yes, analytics is all this and so much more. So let me go ahead and show you a few slides to go ahead and give you an idea about how our whole um, course is structured. Okay. Let me start by scaring you a little. Okay. So if you are having a pleasant Saturday morning, let me go ahead and make it a little scary for all of you. Can all of you see a graph on my screen? Four boxes: descriptive, discovery, predictive, prescriptive. Great. So these are the four levels of analytics. And by the way, this is not my terminology. This is given by Gartner. It's completely their model. So what they say is that there are four levels of analytics. Number one is descriptive. When you can tell me what's going on in your business, that is descriptive analytics. For example, if you can actually go ahead and tell me how much revenue you made yesterday, how many users came on your website, how many sessions you have had, how many orders were placed. So that is pure play descriptive analytics, when you can tell me what was going on in your business. Okay, everyone. Number two is discovery. When you can tell me why something like that happened. For example, if you can tell me, Kunal, last week we made 10% more revenue because we were going ahead and having an 8% off on certain product categories. So this is why we made 10% more revenue. Or Kunal, we made 15% lesser revenue because our competitor was having a huge sales going on their website. So if you can go ahead and tell me the reason why something like this is happening, that is discovery analytics. Make sense? Descriptive is when you can tell me what's going on. Discovery is when you can tell me why something like this has happened. Two levels of analytics. What is third? Now, on the basis of historical trends, if you can tell me what is going to happen next, if you can predict what is going to happen, what is going to happen next week, what is going to happen next month, Kunal, we are going to go and have 10% lesser visits, 15% lesser users on our website, because that's how the season is. And this season, we always get lesser number of people. So that is predictive analytics. Can you all hear me? Nikhil is saying it cannot hear me. How about the rest of you? Can you all hear me? Disturbance. Okay. Hey Nikhil, can you please check connection at your end? Others, well, thanks guys. All right. So here with predictive, if you can tell me what's going on, that's descriptive. Why something like this has happened, discovery. If on the basis of all this historical data, if you can tell me what is going to happen in future, that is predictive. Make sense to all? Keshav, Pratik, great. Now, what is prescriptive? So you can go ahead and predict that in next month, I'm going to go ahead and get 10% lesser sessions, 15% lesser users. But what should if you can go ahead and tell me what should I be doing to go ahead and counter for this trend? But Kunal, if you go ahead and put an 8% or 10% off campaign on these few product categories, you will be able to go for and get more revenue. Or Kunal, if you go for and invest 15% more in social media, we will be getting enough users, enough sessions to go for and make up for this loss. Does it make sense? That becomes prescriptive analytics. Just like a doctor writes a prescription, if you can tell me what should I do to go ahead and improve my business, that is prescriptive analytics. Sanika, Ratish, make sense? Priya, great. Now you will say, Kunal, what's scary in that? Correct. I told you that I will scare you off, but there's nothing scary over here, right? Just four levels of analytics. No, prescriptive is when you can tell me what should I. Predictive is when you can tell me the future trends, right, Pratik? But prescriptive is when you can go and tell me the prescription of what should I do to go and counter for these trends. So prescriptive is suggestions. Okay. Suggestions on the basis of data. But there is nothing scary in this, right? What's scary in this graph? Nothing, correct? So let's go ahead and make this graph a little scary now. Can you all see this graph now? The two line, solid orange line and dashed orange line. Now everything on the left of this solid orange line is completely automated. So there are tools out there which can actually go and tell you what exactly is going on in your website without you doing anything. This dashed orange line, everything on the left of this dashed orange line will be automated in next 2 years. Completely automated in 2 years. What does it mean? It means that if you want to go ahead and make your career, you will have to go ahead and cross this dashed orange line. Does it make sense? The whole graph, Priya? The whole graph or just these two lines? Everything on the left of this solid orange line that you see over here, Priya, is already automated. So people don't have to go and do anything to go for and tell what's going on in the business. There are automated tools which can actually go and do that for you. Okay, Priya? Make sense? Everything on the left of this dashed orange line will be automated in next 2 years. So all discovery analytics and a bit of predictive analytics will be automated in next 2 years. Make sense, Priya? So what does it mean? If you want to go ahead and make a career in the field of data analysis, you will have to go ahead and jump beyond this dashed orange line. Does it make sense, Priya? Now, when you go ahead and think about it, when I say that you will have to go ahead and cross this dashed orange line, something that you might think about is, Kunal, we have heard a bit about predictive analytics, like in terms of machine learning, Python, R, artificial intelligence, correct? Does it mean that we will have to learn this all? Correct? Do you guys get this question in your mind right now? So guys, let me go ahead and give you the answer. Just like Sanika said. Absolutely. So if you want to go ahead, make your career in analytics, you will have to learn all this. But lucky enough for us, I will actually give you a precursor to all this. Don't worry about it, Priya. This is exactly how I have designed my course. The way I will teach you is you don't have to learn any programming, and you don't even have to learn any major statistics, but you will be able to do a bit of predictive analytics. Sounds fun? Priya, sounds fun? I promise that I will not have you learn programming. I will not have you learn all that statistics and mathematics. Remember class 11, class 12 वाली mathematics जो हमने छोड़ दी थी? यार ये 20 नंबर छोड़ देते हैं, कोई नहीं 80 में से कर लेंगे. सबके साथ यही हुआ था ना? All of us decided that only. यार नहीं समझ आ रही यार ये इनफाइनाइट इंटीग्रल्स, रिग्रेशंस और ये वो यार छोड़ देते हैं यार कोई बात. 80 में से आ जाएंगे, 60 लेकर आने आ जाएंगे. I promise that you won't have to go and learn all of those things as well. Correct. Math 3, 4, 5. Right, Keshav? So, this is what I have designed, but this is not the end of it. Or you did M1 in engineering? Yeah, M1 is more about revising the concepts, right? Infinite integrals and all that, but major quant actually starts in M3. So, but this is not end of it. The biggest problem with data is that we are not uh, designed to read it or understand it. Correct? It's very difficult to go ahead and read data and get insights from that. For example, if I go ahead and show you this kind of a table, all data over here. Can you all see it on my screen? Some 40,000 rows over here. It becomes very difficult to read this data. Correct? So we will have to go ahead and create what we call as data story. For this reason, we have to create a visual data story so that our stakeholders can understand what's going on. Let me go ahead and give you a small example of it, okay? Can you all see this photograph on my screen? There's Albert Einstein in the middle, and then there's Madame Curie, then there's Erwin Schrödinger, there's Neil Bohr over here, Thomas Rutherford is over here. Uh, so all these, there are around 30 scientists over here in this one photograph. 29 of them won Nobel Prize. And by the way, this is not Hitler. If you think that this guy is Hitler, he's not. Everyone tells me that he looks like Hitler, but he's not Hitler. Don't worry about it. So this is probably the most, so all the physics that we know about is all thanks to these people. If you hated physics in your school, college, it's because of all these people over here. They created that physics. But at the same time, the world that we are living in, from mobile phones to GPS to computers, to doorknobs to electricity, everything is thanks to all these people over here, right? So these are the people who shape the modern world. Now, IQ in this picture cannot be measured, right? You cannot measure the IQ, the quantity of IQ in this picture. The most intelligent photograph probably ever. Make sense? Now let me go ahead and show you another picture and you will get the story by yourself. Okay, I do not have to go and tell anything to anyone. See, don't go by my political affiliations and all that. That's regardless of that. But at least I'm able to go ahead and put my all point across just visually. Correct? You may or may not agree with my political affiliations, my political thought process and all that, but at least you can actually go ahead and see that I have told you my side of the story just by two photographs. Correct, everyone? So this is what data story is all about. When you can actually go ahead and tell your side of the story by visualization, because reading data is very, very difficult. For example, if I go ahead and give this kind of a dashboard to somebody, okay, and web analytics is a part of data analytics, Priya, and I will go ahead and I will talk about it. Give me just a few minutes, Priya, okay? And I'm coming to all these questions. Some say, so what you see on my screen is that I have made around $360,000. My bounce rate was 62%. I've got 12,000 users. I've got around 14,000 sessions. Can you all see it on my screen? Okay. Now say somebody asked me, Kunal, how much money did you make in 2017? Okay. Let's go and select the year 2017 over here. You see all the numbers changed. $131,000 from 2,118 sessions, 1,752 users. Can you all see this? Okay, Kunal, how much money did you make on Saturdays and Sundays of 2017? Okay. Sunday and Saturday, 2017. That is $71,000, 46% of bounce rate, 785 users, 974 users sessions. Can you all see this? Just by clicking, I can actually go ahead and change this whole view. All right, Kunal, how much revenue did you make in 2017 from 2000 only on weekends from email campaign? Here you go. I just clicked on email and I'm able to go ahead and see how much money did I make then. How about email campaign only from India? There you go. So all this can be done over here. Now tell me how amazing is it? If your stakeholders have this kind of a tool where they can actually go ahead and see this kind of data and this kind of these kind of visualizations, how easy would it be for them to go ahead and take their business decisions? Does it make sense to all? So it is like giving power of decision making to your stakeholders, to your analyst with the help of the data. And that's what we are going to go ahead and study in this course. Does it make sense? Any question, any doubt over here? I'll talk all about it, Pratik. Don't worry about it. These are just few metrics that I've just wanted to go and show as the introduction. But we will go and talk about it. Yes, we will use Power BI. Super. Now at this point of time, in your mind there will be a lot of questions. Question number one always is just like, I believe it was Priya who asked me this question, Kunal, is it like, are we doing web analytics or are we doing data analytics? Right? Or even before that, many of you would be having this question in your mind. Go ahead and mute everyone. I don't know, Nikhil. I had actually switched off my speaker, so I don't know. But yeah, so many a times you might be having this question in your mind. Is data analytics really worth it? I mean, there are a lot of people who are talking about it, right? There are a lot of people who are talking about predictive analytics and machine learning and big data and all these kind of things. Have you ever thought about it? यार ये इतना actually इतना अच्छा है क्या? Has it ever happened? Guys, has it ever happened? Have you ever thought this about this question? Is all this data analytics really worth it? Okay. So how many of you have heard about the Target store? Know about Target store? A massive store in US, UK, and Australia and these kind of places. So it's like a one-stop shop for everything. It's a better version of Walmart. So you get all kind of grocery stuff, your clothes, your slippers, your school books, all these kind of things from here. So it's like a one-stop shop. Make sense? You can get your pharmacy, your medicines, everything from here. Now, what happened one day was a 50-year-old guy came down at Target shouting at the top of his lungs. He was very, very upset. He wanted to see their manager. So their manager came in, and this 50-year-old guy said that I will go ahead and sue you because you are corrupting my 15-year-old daughter. So the Target manager got a little confused. Are they corrupting their his 15-year-old daughter? So this guy said that you are actually going ahead and sending all the pregnancy stuff related coupons and all those pregnancy stuff related uh, product items to my 15-year-old girl. So all coupons and all advertisements of pregnancy related lotions, pregnancy related medicines, baby diapers, pregnancy clothes, and all these things are coming to his 15-year-old daughter, and that's why he was very, very upset. And this is wrong, right? A 15-year-old girl should not be targeted with all these kind of offerings and all that. So this target manager went back to his marketing team to understand what exactly is going on. So his marketing team told him that in the background, Target is having a pregnancy propensity model running in the background. What it does is it tries to compute the probability of a person being pregnant on the basis of what they have bought in last 3 weeks. Does it make sense? On the basis of what people are purchasing in the last 3 weeks, it tries to go ahead and compute the probability of this person being pregnant. This girl showed a probability of 80%. Hence, she was targeted with these ads. And you know what? This girl was actually pregnant. And Target came to know about it before her father did. So guys, this is the power of data analytics. Does it make sense? just by looking into the data, you can actually go ahead and tell so much about your customers, about the people around you. For example, do you have any idea what you're going to do next weekend? Do you have a plan with you? कुछ कच्चा पक्का सा plan? Okay. What if I tell you Google has a pretty decent idea of what you are going to do next week? Google knows what time you leave for office, what time you are going to leave for home, what route you take, where you stop, where your friend's place is, what you like to do in your free time. Would you believe it? Would you all believe me if I go ahead and say that Google has a pretty decent idea about what you are going to do next weekend? What if I tell you that Google actually has, not Google, but NSA, National Security Agency of US, has an algorithm to predict who is going to become terrorist in next 6 months on the basis of what they do online. Would you believe all these things? These are actually absolutely facts, guys. All these companies have got a very good idea about what you're going to buy, what you do, what you like to do, what is the probability of you going out on a weekend, what is the probability of you staying at home, what is the probability of you just watching Netflix, what is the probability of which movie would you watch on Netflix. All these companies do know about all these things. So this is what data analytics is all about. Does it make sense to all? So at this point of time, your next question would be, so Kunal, why aren't we doing data analytics as a whole? Why are we restricting ourselves to just web analytics? Correct? Right, everyone? This is what you will be thinking about, right, Priya? Nikhil? Prateek? Data is coming from everywhere. Your map, your web, and all these kind of things. Your point of sale, your stores, everywhere. So why are we focused so much on web analytics? Because digital world has two very unique issues that makes it very challenging and very different from other data issues. Let's go and understand what those issues are. Before we understand the question, before we understand the first issue, let me go ahead and give you a question. What, Priya, you don't have idea about it? Okay, number one. My question number one to all of you. Suppose you about data analytics. Okay. Suppose you suppose you want a bottle of Coke. You go to the store and the storekeeper tells you that they are out of Coke. My question to you guys is, what would you do next? Would you go to another store or go for another drink? What would you do? Another store? Next store? Super. Anyone else? All right. So all those people who are going to another store, you guys are not from Delhi, right? You know the biggest problem in Delhi? I mean, the biggest is of course our Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. But the second biggest problem in Delhi? Pollution, okay. Traffic, much related to that. Parking. So you know how Indian middle class has two kinds of clothes. If you are from Indian middle class, maybe you will be having two kinds of clothes as well. Number one is our casual clothes, clothes that we wear whenever we are going to somewhere nearby, meeting our friends, our college, our office. And then second is party going clothes that we all always keep aside, that we wear only for family functions, bua ki shadi, and all these kind of things, right? Similarly, now see, Delhi is dominated by Punjabi culture, right? Because there are a lot of Punjabis over here, and I'm a Punjabi as well, by the way, so I can make fun of Punjabis. Okay? So we are big time show offs, big time show offs. Of course, you will be knowing about it. At least Mumbai people already know that Delhiites are big time show offs, right? This is why you hate us. It's okay, we hate you as well. Uh, but the biggest problem with Punjabis is that we are big time show offs. Now you have two kinds of clothes, we have two kinds of cars. One, casual car that we drive whenever we are going somewhere nearby store, somewhere nearby shop, our college, our office. Second is luxury car that we take out only on two occasions. Number one, to wash it off, to clean it. Secondly, whenever we are going to Bua ki Shadi. That's it. Else we just keep it in parking. I swear upon God, there is one car which is only parked over there. It's no purpose of that car. It's just parked over there. I mean, if you are having any friend from Delhi, ask them how many cars do you have? Okay, which one is your party going car? You can ask them. So this is how crazy it is. So this is why we are always short of parking space. Always. And this is why we are probably the only city of the world where people actually want to kill each other for parking. I mean, you must have read about this in newspapers. Right? दिल्ली के दो पंजाबियों के बीच में झगड़ा हुआ, एक पंजाबी ने दूसरे पंजाबी को गोली मार दी. So this is very unique about our city, okay? People go and kill each other for parking. So there is absolutely no chance in hell that I will go to a store, park my car over there, ask for a bottle of Coke. If they are out of Coke, I will not go ahead and take my car out of the parking, go to another store, again hunt for the parking all over again, and then go ahead and take my chance whether they would be having Coke or not. I will go ahead and drink Pepsi. I will go ahead and drink RC Cola. I will go ahead and drink rat poison if I have to. I'm not going to go ahead and take chance with my parking. Make sense? Now, this is something very common with all of us. I might have said it as a joke, but think about it. There are a lot of times you went to a store to buy a specific kind of white shirt, black t-shirt, some specific jeans, right? You don't get it, so you get something close to that. Has it ever happened with you? चल यार यही ले लेते हैं. Or you went out to shop You did not like anything. Like there was nothing that you absolutely loved, but you still bought something because चल यार आए हैं तो कुछ तो ले ही लेते हैं. Dude, I have come all the way over here, so let me go and buy at least something. Let me go and buy at least something for my kids, at least something for my family, at least something for my parents, even if I don't love anything. Right? Does it happen with all of us? Why do we do it? Because when we go to a store, there is an investment of time, money, and effort from our side. This is why we try to get some ROI on that. Right, everyone? Does it happen? As yes, no, maybe. But now if I go ahead and take you out from the store, get you in the online store, digital store, say you are looking for some specific shoes in Amazon on Amazon.in. They are out of those shoes. What would you do next? You'll go to Myntra, you'll go to Flipkart, you'll go to Jabong, you'll go to Snapdeal, correct everyone? You will go to thousands of other websites, Tata Click and all these kind of places. Absolutely, Sanika. Why? Because you are being probably a couch potato on a lazy Saturday afternoon while looking for shoes for yourself. So there is absolutely no investment of your time, effort, or money. You are actually going ahead watching TV, saas bhi bahut thi, kabhi to kuch to bhi. And then while watching that TV, you are actually going ahead and shopping for shoes. Correct, everyone? So there is no investment from your side. So what does it mean? There is absolutely zero loyalty in digital world. Right, everyone? Problem number one. There is absolutely zero loyalty in the digital world. Does it make sense to all? Do you all agree with it? Yes, loyalty to discount. In fact, this is such a good point, Keshav, that you came up with. In fact, tell me, be very honest, huh? Even if you get these shoes that you are looking for on Amazon, you still go to another site just to ensure you are getting the best deal. Do you do that? Right? So what does it mean? There's absolutely zero loyalty to anything on digital world. Yes, even while standing offline, you are actually still going ahead and searching for deals online. Correct? If you are in a store, you have seen a shirt. True, correct, Priya. Absolutely correct. There's zero loyalty. Number two, second problem with the digital world. Let's go and talk about that as well. Again, my question to you guys is how long would you wait for a web page to open before you click on close or go to another site? How long would you wait for a web page to open? Just a few seconds? Let's still how many seconds? 3 to 5 seconds, Neeraj? Great.
2 to 3 seconds, Pratish. Super. Less than 10 seconds, Anika. Okay. Max to max 5 seconds. Fantastic. So this is one group which is absolutely fantastic representation of people out there. So the industry standard is less than 5 seconds. Correct? And this standard is falling every. What does it mean? It means that people want to see the right product at the same place at this time at the right price within 5 seconds. Correct, everyone? In fact, if I go ahead and search for, let's say, black shirt, if I go to this Mintra website link, do you all see this link over here? What do you expect? If I go and click on this link, would I see black shirts only, or would I be able to go ahead and see blue shirts, white shirts, and all these kind of things? What do you expect? Would I get shirts of all the colors, or would I get shirts of only black color over here? Different black shirts, correct. And let's see what happens over here. And see, only black shirts over here. Correct, everyone? What does it mean? We have absolutely zero location. Right, everyone? The two problems of the digital world, what are those problems? Zero loyalty and zero patience. Correct, everyone? And this is why the digital world behaves very different from other offline world. And this is why we have to go and do web analytics in particular right now. Make sense to all? Now, the way I'm going to teach is I'm not going to go ahead and take you through the slides. I will expect you guys to go through the slides by yourself, but I'm going to go ahead and focus more on practicals whenever we are in the class. We will go ahead and talk about practical issues, practical problems. We will go ahead and do a lot of case studies in the class. Okay? So that's how it will be designed. I hope that you are having fun right now. So this is, I know the introduction was a little longer, but at least it prepares you what lies ahead of us and why we are doing whatever we are doing. Okay? Ready, everyone? Let's go and start. Super. Now let's go ahead and start with web analytics. In fact, we are going to go and learn about web analytics with the help of a tool called Google Analytics. It's one of the best and one of the most widely used tools out there. There are two versions of Google Analytics. What are these versions? Number one is, of course, standard version that we are using, which is free of cost, but it takes 24 to 48 hours for data to show up in. Okay. Number two is premium version. It is not free. It costs somewhere around 120k USDs per annum. G is Google Analytics. Sorry. Google Analytics. Costs somewhere around 120k USDs per annum. Uh, Data here is available within 2 to 4 hours. Does it make sense to all? So we are going to go ahead and use the free version where the data would be available to us after 24 to 48 hours. Now, what is the purpose of GL? Now, see, Before I tell you what is the purpose and how we go and use it, it's not very costly, Keshav. It's very, very cheap when we compare with other tools available out there. It's still very cheap. Like Adobe Analytics, which is one of the best tools out there, it costs somewhere around $250,000. So it's, yeah, for an individual it's expensive. Correct. For an individual it's expensive. So let's go ahead and understand how the data travels on internet. How many of you have do you remember about photons? Of course, everyone has heard about photons, but how many of you remember about photons? Okay, so these are, so light travels in the form of small packets of energy called as photons. Brilliant theory. It was first given by positive ions of protons, not photons. Photons are small packets of energy. So the theory was first postulated by Einstein, and then it just went crazy with light behaving both as matter and wave. Absolutely a brilliant theory. In fact, read it. This is where Einstein actually won his Nobel Prize, on the theory of photoelectricity. It's fantastic theory. But why we are doing it? Because information on internet also travels in the form of very small packets of data. So rather than being just like light travels in the form of very small packets of energy, information travels in the form of very small packets of data. So it's not one stream of information. There are very chunk of many small data packets that go from one computer to the other. So what it means is that if I try to open Flipkart.com, data packets from my system will go to Flipkart.com server. Make sense? Because all information on internet is sent in the form of data packets. So if I try to open Flipkart.com, my data packets will be going to Flipkart.com web server. Now, every data packet can be visualized as a postcard. Remember all those postcards that we used to have back in the day? Of course, nobody remembers them anymore. So just go ahead and show it to you. You remember this? There used to be a space for stamp, space for receiver's address, sender's address, from, and all these kind of things. This is how the postcard used to look like. Of course, nobody remembers it anymore. So there used to be designated spaces for everything. Make sense, everyone? A designated space for stamp, designated space for receiver's address, designated space for sender's address, designated space for the name, designated space for the message. Similarly, on every data packet, there are designated spaces. On every data packet, there are two designated spaces or headers to capture information like operating system of the computer, OS version, browser, browser version, screen resolution, screen width, language settings, time of the day, so on and so forth. So what it means is that when I try to open Flipkart.com, data packets from my system will go to Flipkart.com web server, which means Flipkart.com web server will come to know about my all these details, even my IP address. Right, everyone? What kind of operating system that I use, what kind of operating system that I have, what kind of browser do I have, what is my IP address, what is my time of the day, and all these kind of things. Does it make sense to all? Now, see, all this is a part of data packet, right, Priya? So, if I go ahead and send my data packets to Flipkart.com server, all this is a part of my data packet. On every data packet, all this information is written. So, Flipkart.com will come to know about all these things of mine, right? Any question, any doubt till now? No doubts? Great. Now tell me, you might say, Kunal, if all this information is available to Flipkart, why doesn't Flipkart.com do its own analysis? Why it needs Google Analytics, right? Why would it need Google Analytics if it is getting all the information within data packet itself? Then why it is using Google Analytics? And let me go ahead and tell you the reason. What do you think is the core product of Flipkart.com? What is their core competency or core product? What do they sell? Fashion? Okay. Anyone else? Products? What if I tell you that they actually sell a digital marketplace where buyers and sellers can come together and have their transaction? So their core product is actually a marketing platform. Absolutely correct, Krish. Does it make sense to all? Do you all agree with it? Now see, think about it this way. Do you all have some kind of household help at home? For example, your maid, your cook, or your plumbers, or car mechanics, and all that. Do you have? Do you take help from all these kind of people? Now, is it like that you cannot learn how to go and fix your car, or how to go and fix your piping, or how to make your food, or how to go and clean your house? Can you not do that all by yourself? Then you can learn, right? And if you learn, you will be able to go and do it better than them, in fact. Absolutely right, Priya. Correct, Keshav. So what you have done is you decided that rather than learning how to fix your car or your pipes, you would actually learn about digital marketing and build your core competency here. Correct, everyone? Right, Sanika. Does it make sense? And you would rather go ahead outsource all these activities to others. Correct, everyone? This is what you're doing. Right, guys? Great. Similarly, if Flipkart's core product is their digital marketplace, they would rather go ahead and spend all their energies, all their time in improving their platforms. Go ahead and collect data and analyze data for them. They can go ahead and outsource it to Google Analytics. So what Flipkart does is Flipkart and implement Google Analytics on its website to collect and analyze all this data and present them in meaningful reports. Make sense? So rather than going ahead and scanning all these weblogs by itself, it will go ahead and implement Google Analytics, and Google Analytics will go ahead and do that for them and present meaningful reports to them in the platform. Make sense to all? To implement Google Analytics, Flipkart.com will put a small JavaScript code on the website. This code creates, this code is given by Google Analytics itself. This code will create a small 1 by 1 pixel image on the web page wherever it is placed. This is why this code is placed on each and every page of the website. This image is placed on the web page but is stored on the GA server. Now there are a lot of things that I have written over here, so I will go ahead and unpack it to you one at a time. So now to implement Google Analytics, what Flipkart will do is Flipkart will go ahead and take a small JavaScript code from Google Analytics. So let's go ahead and open Google Analytics real quick. And let me go ahead and show you what do I mean by that. I'll just show it to you real quick. All right, can you all see this small code over here? Can you all see this small JavaScript code over here, guys? gtag.js on my screen. Great. So this is the kind of code that is given by Google Analytics, and it is put. We have to go and put this code on each and every page of our website. Okay. Flipkart will go ahead and take this kind of a code and will put it on each and every page of their website. What this code will do is, let me just go ahead and open flipkart.com real quick. So on every page, I will go ahead and put this code, and wherever this code is placed, it will go ahead and place a very small 1 by 1 pixel image on this page. Okay. So it is like placing a cup on a tray. Okay. So now what my physics tells me, if I go ahead and pull this tray, my pull force will also act upon this cup. Right, guys? Normal physics. If I go ahead and pull this tray, my pull force will also act upon this cup, correct? Now, if I go ahead and put the code of the website of Google Analytics on this page, there would be a small image, 1 by 1 pixel transparent image that would be placed over here. It's transparent, so no one can really see it. So as I pull this page, if I send a request for this page, my request will also go for this image, right? Just like cup on a tray. If I go ahead and pull the tray, my pull force will also act upon this cup. If I send a request for the web page, my request will also go for this image, for this GA image. Guys, yes, no, maybe? Does it make sense? How about others? Nikhil, Pratish, didn't understand. Okay. So Priya, what we are doing is we have taken the code of Google Analytics and we have put it on the web page. Okay. This is what you understood. Great. Now, if I go ahead and place this code on the web page, this code is going to go ahead and create a very small transparent 1 by 1 pixel image on the web page. This is clear. We put it on the HTML side. In fact, I will go ahead and show it to you, but we will go ahead and place it on the HTML side of the web page. So let me show it to you real quick. In fact, I will go ahead and make you do it. Like I said, that ours would be very, very practical course. Okay, do you see this kind of a code over here? Google Analytics code. This is the code that I have placed on my website. Make sense, Keshav? So I will go ahead and put it on the HTML side of my website. So once I go ahead and put this code on the website, it will go ahead and it's not very technical. It seems technical right now, but it's not very technical. I will go, like I said, we will go ahead and do it by ourselves. So we will go ahead and place this code on the website, on the HTML side of the website. So if you want to go ahead and see the HTML code of the website, this is how the code will actually go and look like for you. Of course, we cannot edit over here because we do not have the admin access. So we'll have to go ahead and use different tools to go ahead and put that code. So once we go ahead and put the code on the website, what it will do is it will go ahead and create a small 1 by 1 pixel on the web page. Make sense to all? Priya, Pratik, Neeraj, Kashmira, make sense? Tanmay, Soumya, Sheikh. Great. Now this image is placed on the web page just like I will go ahead and place a cup on a tray. Okay, Priya? Whenever I go ahead and pull the tray, my pull force will also act upon this cup. Okay? Similarly, whenever I send a request for this web page, my request will also go for this image because now it is a part of the web page, right? Now, whenever I want to go ahead and get this web page, I also will get this image. Make sense? Sanika, Ratish, Keshav, Priya, Soumya? Tell me where the problem is, guys. Is it, if not understood, I will go and explain it again. Be candid with me. Sanika, Priya, make sense? Not make sense. So what I have done is I have placed the code on this web page, okay? Just like I showed you over here, I have placed the code on the web page, okay? This code creates an image on this page. It just places that image. Now, when I want to have this page, whenever I want to go ahead and open flipkart.com, on flipkart.com, I will also get this banner because this banner is part of this web page, right? I will also get these images over here. Correct, Priya? Because these images are part of this web page. I will also get this offer over here. Why? Because it's part of the web page. Similarly, I will also get this image over here because this is part of this web page now. This makes sense, Priya? Great. Now this image is placed on the web page, but it is stored on the GA server. What does it mean? It means if I send a request for the web page, my data packets will go to flipkart.com server. Correct, everyone? We discussed earlier. Now, since GA image is part of the web page, my request will also go for GA image. Correct, everyone? For GA image, my request will actually go to GA server because that's where my GA image is stored. It is stored on the GA server. Priya, make sense? Sanika, Sheikh, Soumya, Prateek, Neeraj, what does it mean? As a part of the request, Flipkart.com gets my data packet with all this information. Similarly, as part of my request, GA server will also get my data packets now. Right, Priya? Prateek? Pratish? Now, what is the core competency of Google Analytics? To analyze data. Now, Google Analytics can take all this information and present to us in the meaningful reports. Does it make sense to all? This is how Google Analytics gets all the data and shows us in the reports. Every time we send data packets to GA in the form of an image request, it is called as a hit. For example, if I open page A of flipkart.com at 1 p.m., then I open flipkart.com page B at 2 p.m., and I open flipkart.com page C at 3 p.m. Tell me, how many hits do you see over here? How many hits have I made? Correct, 3 hits. Does it make sense to everyone? Priya, Neeraj, Kashmira, Keshav, Tanmay, Soumya, Guys, yes, no, maybe. Done? This is the basic concept. कोई प्रॉब्लम है मुझे बता दो भाई, नहीं समझ में आया कुणाल दोबारा से बताओ. सबने पैसे दिए ना इधर. Nobody is studying for free of cost. You don't understand it, you tell me right now. Because this is the basics of everything. If this is clear, yes, बहुत सारे पैसे दिए, पैसे भी कम नहीं दिए, correct?
तो let me know यार. I'm your friend. Don't consider me as a teacher जो कि स्कूल में होते जो कि डांटते थे दोबारा क्यों पूछ रहे हो, तीसरी बार क्यों पूछ रहे हो. Okay? If there is any kind of a problem, you can always go and stop me and tell me, Kunal, समझाओ ठीक से. नहीं समझ में आ रहा. These are the building blocks, guys. Okay? Prateek, Neeraj, Keshav, Kashmira, clear? Sanika, Sheikh, Soumya, Tanmay, सुपर यार. अच्छा, इससे पहले ब्रेन फ्राई हो जाए, अभी ब्रेक ले लेते हैं. लेट्स गो एंड टेक अ 20-minute breather. Let's be back in 20 minutes and then we will go ahead and take it forward. And I know that I'm using a lot of Hindi English. I believe it's okay. If there's anyone who's saying, Kunal, please stick to English, I'm more than happy with that. So any problem with the delivery, any problem with the content, any problem with the understanding, do let me know, yaar. Thanks, Sarika. Thank you. So let's be back in 20 minutes, everyone. Like I said, if there's any kind of a problem, you can go ahead and PM me as well. Just send a personal message. More than happy. Okay, let's be back in 20 minutes and we will take it forward. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Hey guys, are we all back? Super. So let's go ahead and restart where we left it off. So we talked about hits, okay? Now let's go ahead and talk about the second building block of Google Analytics, that is sessions. What are sessions? So sessions are nothing but collection of hits. By the way, guys, don't make notes, okay? Because I'm going to go ahead and create a shared drive for all of us where I will go ahead and put all these notepads, lot of books, lot of reading material, white paper, thought papers that I've written myself, thought papers and the articles that were written by my friends. So I will go and keep on sharing all these things. So don't worry about taking notes. Okay, just concentrate over here. So listen and look into your screen. That's about it. Okay. No worries, Anika. So session is nothing but collection of hits. It starts with a hit and ends when any of the conditions mentioned below is met. If any one is met, that's when the session would expire. What are these conditions? Number one is after continuous inactivity of 30 minutes. Number two is after midnight. Number three is when source is changed. So let's go and talk about all these three conditions. Number one is after continuous inactivity of 30 minutes. Excuse me. What does it mean? Say I go to flipkart.com page A at 1 p.m. Yeah? Then I go to flipkart.com page B at 1:10 p.m. Then I go to flipkart.com page C at 1:30 p.m. 32 p.m. Go to flipkart.com page D at 1:45 p.m. Okay. How many hits do you see over here? Perfect. Four hits. Super. It gives me a lot of confidence that all of you have understood that concept. So my session number one will start over here, right? Because a session starts with a hit. With the first hit, my session number one will start over here. Okay? Now, we'll go ahead and see what is the inactivity period over here. 10 minutes, which is less than 30 minutes. So this will remain as session number one. Does it make sense? Now, again, what is the inactivity period between second and the third hit? 22 minutes, which is again less than 30 minutes. Hence, this will also remain as session number one. Now, what is the inactivity period between third and the fourth hit? 13 minutes, which is again less than 30 minutes. So this will also remain as session number one. Does it make sense to everyone? So I will have four hits and one session. Guys, yes, no, maybe. Priya, Kashmira, Keshav. Haven't heard anything from you, Kashmira. I hope everything is making sense. Ratish, Soumya, again, haven't heard much from you. Hope everything is making sense. Neeraj, Prateek, great. Let's continue with the same example, okay? Now I go to flipkart.com page E at 2 p.m. and I got a error on my browser. So I restarted my browser and I go to flipkart.com page A at 2:15 p.m. Okay. Now let's go ahead and look into it, what's going to happen. So number one, how many hits over here in total? 6 hits, 4 from earlier, 2 now. Page E and page A, correct? 6 hits in total. Correct everyone? 6. Tanmay. After page D, I went to page E at 2 p.m. So that would be fifth hit. Then I went back to page A at 2:15 p.m. So that would be sixth hit. Correct? So after going to page E, I had an error, right? So my page E was loaded. Okay. So 6 hits. Now, how many sessions over here? In total, I'm saying Priya. So 4 hits till now, till 1:45. This is hit number 5 at 2 p.m. No, it's just the browser which is restarting right now, Priya. And I'm talking about total, consolidated. So 2 over here, E and A, 4 from earlier. So in total, 6 hits. Now, how about number of sessions? Okay. So what is the inactivity period over here? 15 minutes, which is less than 30 minutes. So this would remain as session number 1. Correct, everyone? Now, what is the inactivity period over here? Again, 15 minutes, which is again less than 30 minutes. So this will also remain as session number. What it means restarting of browser has no impact on sessions. Sessions are going to expire only under these three conditions, not by restarting the browser. Does it make sense? Tanmay, Soumya, does it make sense to everyone? Okay. Now say I'm doing. How many of you are married, by the way? You are, Sanika. Okay. Anyone else? You are, Ratish. Okay. You also are. अच्छा, मैरिज के बाद ना एक बहुत वियर्ड सी बात होती है. All those people who are unmarried, tell me, is it true or false? Okay, you guys get into your room on your phone, you go ahead and put your earphones and start listening to music, right? I mean, even if you're sitting alone in your room, you still go ahead and listen to music in your earphones. You guys do that, right? All unmarried people do that. Now let's get back to married people. Can married people do that? When was the last time married folks went ahead and started listening to music in on the earphones or headphones? What happens next? Your spouse will come and say, क्या हुआ? क्या सुन रहे हो? Right, Sanika? This is exactly how it happens. Man, I hate single people now. So yeah. So the idea over here is that you, oh, absolutely right, Urmila. Sorry, Priya. You cannot even imagine. You cannot sit in your room. You cannot even sit in your room. You know, sometimes single people, what they do is they just get into their room and they just sit over there, right? Do you do that, right? You don't think about anything. You are not watching anything. You're just sitting over there. Or just lie down. हाँ एग्जैक्टली तन्मय क्या हुआ सब ठीक है कोई टेंशन है क्या मुंह ठीक है nothing at all Priya no privacy by the way both for girl and boy it's not that it's difficult more difficult for boys or more difficult for girls it's same for everyone okay I'm not scaring you but whatever so the point that I'm trying to make is that you cannot do anything that you would want to do so since I was just browsing internet I was just browsing flipkart.com so of course my wife would come to me and say Kunal, can you get something from the market? और Kunal, let's try to go for it move the couch. मुझे पता ही नहीं हम लोग काउच क्यों इतनी बार मूव करते हैं यार साल में क्या फर्क पड़ता है काउच कहाँ पे पड़ा हुआ है कौन कहाँ पे बैठा है बट हर 2 महीने के बाद हम लोग काउच मूव कर रहे होते हैं ये टेबल इधर से उठा के उधर रख देते हैं वो काउच इधर से उठा के उधर रख देते हैं क्यों भाई क्यों तो anyway so this is what we started doing so of course as the awesome husband that I am I shut down my system and went to moving couch. Not loving, moving. So I did that and came back at 2:30 p.m. I restarted my system, my browser, and I go to flipkart.com page A at 2:40 p.m. Okay, everyone. How many hits in total? 7 hits in total. 6 from earlier. Now again at page A. So 7 hits in total. Now how many sessions? Now what is the inactivity period over here? 25 minutes, which is less than 30 minutes. So what it means is that this will remain as session number 1. So it would still be one session. So what does it mean? Even restarting your system will not expire the session because it will expire only under the condition mentioned above. That is, after continuous inactivity of 30 minutes, after midnight, and when the source is safe. Does it make sense to everyone? So technically, when the session would expire, let's say, now I go to flipkart.com page B at 3:45 p.m. Let's say. What is the inactivity period over here? 65 minutes, which is more than 30 minutes. Correct, everyone? So hits would be 8 and sessions would be 2. Does it make sense, y'all? Soumya, Kashmira, Keshav, Neeraj, Pratik, Priya, all clear? Super. Now at this point of time, you will be having a lot of questions in your mind. You will be saying, Kunal, but this is not how it happens on my bank website. There the session expires after 1 minute of inactivity. If I restart my browser, again the session expires. Right, everyone? So, guys, the answer to that is these are two different kind of sessions. The one that you are talking about is HTTPS session, whereas I am talking about GA session. Completely different things altogether. Does it make sense to all? So Priya, on your websites, on your banking websites and all that, that's a different kind of a session. That is a HTTPS session. That may expire after 1 minute of inactivity, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or whatever the setting is. But Google Analytics setting is after 30 minutes of inactivity. So these sessions are completely different. So banking websites web session might still expire after 2 minutes of inactivity, but their GA session will only expire under these three conditions. Just the names are same. It's just in both cases we say session, but it's these are completely different things altogether. Make sense? Does it make sense to everyone? Neeraj, Keshav, Kashmira, super. If this is clear, we will go ahead and talk about. Yes, Ratish. It's an industry standard, 30 minutes. I will tell you how to change it, but this is an industry standard for now. Okay? Alright. Give me just a minute, guys. I just dropped my phone somewhere. Give me a minute, I'll be back. Alright, sorry guys. Alright. So let's go ahead and start with the next concept, that is users. What are users within Google Analytics? These are the people who come on our platform or on our website. That is what we call as users. Now, GA identifies users with the help of the client ID allocated by GA. Let's go and understand how it does it. So what happens is, if a user goes to flipkart.com for the first time where GA is implemented, what will happen? GA will check if there's an existing client ID. Since a person has gone for the very first time, so this person will not be able to go ahead and have a client ID. So GA will not be able to go ahead and find the client ID. So what will GA do? GA will create a client ID over here, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This client ID is now stored in the cookie, and the cookie is saved in the local system.
So this client ID is stored in the cookie is stored in the local system. Now next day, when this person comes back on flipkart.com, what will happen? GA will again check if there is a client ID. Would it be able to find the client ID this time? Absolutely correct. It would be able to, right? So now all transactions and interactions of this customer will be recorded against this client ID. Does it make sense to all? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the whole logic that plays here. This is the background logic. Now we need to go ahead and take a very small detour to go ahead and understand what are cookies. Because cookies do play an important role over here. I bet that all of you must have heard about cookies already in some form or the other. But let's go and understand it in a much better way. So what are cookies? So cookies are nothing but small computer programs designed to store some value for a small period of. In case of Google Analytics, cookies store client ID for a period of 2 years. Make sense to all? Great. Also, cookies are always browser based and stored in local system. Now, how it impacts us. Here's the catch. Okay, let's go ahead and understand this really well. If we have understood all these three concepts of hit, session, and users, Google Analytics is 75% done. Okay. Now let's go ahead and understand about users, about how this cookies actually go ahead and influence all our calculation. Now say I go to flipkart.com to Chrome for the first time. Now what will happen? We will check if there's a client ID. Would it be able to find the client ID? No, it won't be. Right, everyone? Tanmay, Soumya, clear? Sanika, Pratik? There won't be any client ID. So what will happen? GA will create a client ID over here. Say that is 898989. Now, let's say next day, I go to flipkart.com through Firefox of my personal laptop. Okay, so personal laptop. Now again, GA will check if there's a client ID. Would it be able to find the client ID? No. Why? Because last client ID was based on Chrome. Correct. Since it's a different browser. Correct, everyone? Anyone having a doubt over here? Hence, GA will allocate a new client ID over here. Let's say that is 78088. If I go ahead and check into the users report in the backend, how many users would I be able to go ahead and see? 2 users. That is because we have 2 unique client IDs over here. That is 898989787878. Does it make sense to everyone? Great. Now say, this becomes even more interesting now. My wife uses my personal laptop and goes to flipkart.com through Chrome. GA will check if there's a client ID. Would it be able to find the client ID? Yes. Why? Because browser is same. That is Chrome. What would be the client ID? It would be 898989. Remember? It was already created over here. So how many users will I go for and see? Still two. Does it make sense? Prateek, Priya? Now at this point of time, you will be confused. You will be like, Kunal, wait a minute. It seems that the data is inaccurate. How can we make any meaningful insights based on inaccurate data? Correct, everyone? You and your wife are classified as one user. You, if you are using two different browsers, you are actually getting classified as two different users. This is inaccurate data. Guys, yes, no, maybe? Would you be having this kind of a question in your mind? Okay. Now, first of all, tell me, all those married folks over here. Now, I don't know whether you would agree with me or not, but there is an unsaid, unwritten rule over here. What? What is that rule? Married a husband never lets his wife use his laptop. In fact, 100% of husbands carry their phone inside the bathroom if they have to. They never go for and leave their phones behind. Like with me, I just realized that my phone was kept outside somewhere. I went back and took my phone back, right? So, married guys never let their wives use their laptops. Have you seen that? So, in fact, if you think that your husband is very nice and he lets you use his laptop, it's because your husband always uses incognito mode. Why? Because there are only two kinds of guys in this world. One who cheat, second who never get caught. Right?
So all the jokes apart, the fact of the matter is that nowadays our devices are very personal in nature, right? We don't really go ahead and share each other's devices. More often than not, we are always going ahead and browsing from our phones, right? And phones are very, very personal in nature. People go ahead and have their own phone, they have their own behavior. You will be able to go ahead and see their own data. But at the very same time, about browsers, think about it this way. How many of you use different browsers? How many of you use different browsers? Absolutely right, Priya. How many of you use two different browsers to go to the same website? Correct. We always have one favorite browser, and that is more often than not Chrome. Internet Explorer is just used to go and download Chrome. Correct? So all of us do have one browser and all our devices are personal in nature. So this is why if it's not 100% accurate, this data is around 80% accurate. And this 80% accurate data is good enough for us to take out meaningful insights. Does it make sense to all? Any question, any doubt over here? All right. One thing, very good question, Priya. What about incognito mode? Let's go ahead and talk about incognito mode real quick. You see this incognito mode on my screen? Read this message on the screen, guys. Let me know once you have read it. Read it? Now what do you understand with it? See, it doesn't say that the cookies will not be created. What it says is that every time a browser is closed, all your cookies would be deleted, right? So every time you will be going ahead and creating a new set of cookies. So what it means? It means that every time we will be classified as a new user. So it doesn't mean that your data will not be tracked. It just means that you will be classified as a new user. Does it make sense? Correct, Keshav. It will not go ahead and do that. Does it make sense to all? Any question, any doubt over here? All clear? Super. So I will go ahead and give you one more concept and then we will go ahead and take a break. Once we come back, we will go ahead and talk about some practical case studies. Okay. See, data would be collected, Pratik. It's just that your user ID would be changed all the time. Whenever you go and close the browser and come back again, your user ID would be changed. The data would be tracked. On the behavior, it will be able to go and see how many people are coming from where, what they're doing and all that. Data would be collected anyways. Make sense, Pratik? इनकॉग्निटो यूज का यूज सिर्फ इतना होता है कि आपके पापा मम्मी को कुछ नहीं पता लगता, प्रतीक, सिवाय इसके कुछ और यूज नहीं होता इनकॉग्निटो का। गुड। More often than not, we use it for testing, right? Because every time else we'll have to go and delete cookies and then go ahead and see whether we are getting the right experiences and all that. Else, there is absolutely of no use. Data would always be collected. Any other question, guys? Great. So now let's go ahead and talk about something called as bounce rate. How many of you have heard about it? Many of you would have heard about it, I bet. Heard, right? Let's go and understand it. So let's go ahead and talk about bounce first. What is a bounce? Bounces are all those sessions where we had only one hit. That is a bounce. All those sessions where we had only one hit. See, in email uh, campaigns, bounces, emails that were not delivered in the inbox. That is a different kind of a thing. In web analytics, bounces, all those sessions where we had only one hit. Let's go ahead and take an example. So I go to flipkart.com, page A at 1 p.m. Then I go to flipkart.com, page B at 2 p.m. Then I go to flipkart.com, page C at 3 p.m. Then I go to flipkart.com, page D at 3:10 p.m. Now, how many hits do you see over here? 4 hits. Super. How many sessions do you see over here? Correct. 3 sessions. Let's go ahead and talk about it how. My session number 1 will start over here. Now, what is the inactivity period over here? First and the second hit. 60 minutes. Is more than 30 minutes. So this would become my session number 2. Correct, everyone? My session would expire over here after 30 minutes of continuous inactivity, and it will become session number 2 over here. Now, what is the inactivity period over here? Again, 60 minutes. This is again more than 30 minutes. Right, everyone? So this will become session number 3. Guys, yes, no, maybe. Sanika, Ratish, Priya. So total 3 sessions. Now, what is the inactivity period over here? 10 minutes, which is less than 30 minutes. So over here, this would be session number 3 only. So 4 hits, 3 sessions. Now the question is how many bounces? Now, how many hits do you see in session number 1? One hit in session number 1. Correct. Right, everyone? Only this is one hit in session number 1. I'll tell you about it, Keshav. Give me just a minute. Huh? Now, how many hits in session number 2? Again, 1. In session number 3, 2. Correct, everyone? This is what it would look like.
So how many bounces? How many sessions where we had only one hit? Two. In session number one and session number two, we had only one hit. So two bounces. Now what is bounce rate? It is bounces divided by session multiplied by 100. In our case, it would be 2 divided by 3 into 100, which would be 56.66%. Does it make sense to everyone? Priya, Pratik, Neeraj, Tanmay, Soumya? Correct. Now, what does bounce rate mean? Bounce means somebody came into your store, did not talk to anyone, did not talk to any salesperson, did not look into any product, did not look into any product price, just turned back and went back from your store, went out of your store. Has it ever happened with you? You went into a store and then without talking to anyone, you just came back. Window shopping? Okay. I tell you when it happens. When you enter into a store and you realize that this is a wrong store for you. Has it ever happened? Like it happened with me when I was in Singapore airport once. I went into a showroom and the moment I stepped inside, I knew, man, it's way too expensive for me. Moment I stepped inside, I was like, dude, it's way too expensive for me. I did not even look into anything. I just came back. Like in window shopping, you still go ahead and look into products. You still go ahead and talk to people. You still go ahead and look into the prices. But when you think that you have come to a wrong place, you just turn back and get out of the store. Right, everyone? You want to go ahead and buy jeans. You get into a store, and the moment you went inside, you were like, nah, I'm not going to get anything over here that I like. Right, everyone? Has it ever happened with you? So, high bounce rate means bad targeting strategies. Make sense? So this is why bounce rate becomes so important for us, Keshav. That it helps us to go ahead and understand whether our targeting strategies have been good or bad. And you know the worst part? The worst part is that in retail industry, bounce rate is as high as 35 to 40%. Industry standards. In banking industry, it's as high as 25 to 30%. In blogs and forums, it is as high as 80 to 90%. These are the industry standards. Does it make sense to all? So it means that around 30 to 40% of people in retail, the moment they get inside, they are like, this is not the right thing. Does it make sense to all? Any question, any doubt till now, guys? No questions? Great. So guys, let's go ahead and take a 20-minute break over here. And once we come back, we will go ahead and do some practical problems. I will go ahead and create a WhatsApp group for all of us so that all of us can go ahead and keep on contacting each other, keep on exchanging notes, even going ahead and solving some assignment questions and all that together. Okay. and then we will go ahead and conclude the session. So we do have quite a few things to do. So let's go ahead and take a 20-minute break over here, guys. Would that be okay?
We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Okay. So till now, I have only talked about meaningful reports and all that. You all must be having this question in your mind. Kunal, what do you mean by meaningful report, right? इतना क्या meaning आ जाएगा reports में that you are always telling us meaningful reports, meaningful reports, meaningful reports. So let's go ahead and solve a question. Okay, let's do that. Till the time we don't really go ahead and solve a question with the help of the data, we will not be able to go ahead and understand what exactly it has for us. So let's go ahead and do that. So let me go ahead and put up a report on your screen. Let me know that you all can see this. Okay, screen must be loading right now. Let me know once you all can see this data on my screen with 27 subscriptions, $5,500. Super. So now, see, in addition to these classes that I take on weekends and weekdays and all that, I also go for and teach web analytics on my blog. Okay. So where I teach web analytics, I also give newsletters. So more often than not, people actually go ahead and give free newsletters. But on my website, I actually sell newsletters. My newsletters are not free of cost. So as you can see, my newsletters are pretty expensive. I have 27 times my newsletters were subscribed and it fetched me $5,500. The way it is structured is that people come on my homepage, can then go ahead and read a sample article. If they like the sample article, they can go ahead and subscribe for the newsletter. If they do not like the sample article, it's okay. They will not subscribe for the newsletter. The problem that I'm facing on my blog is that my conversion rate is really poor. Can you all see this? My conversion rate is just 0.18%. It's very, very low for newsletter subscription. If I ask you today, guys, how can I go ahead and increase the conversion rate over here? As an analyst, can you go ahead and suggest me a few ways? What do you think? What I can do to go ahead and improve the conversion rate over here? The question is clear to all? Make video content. Okay, super. What else? Anyone else? Lower the price. First two newsletters for free. Okay. Give value first, some information, then pitch the product. Okay. What if I try to go ahead and show you the same data but in a different visualization? Okay, let's do that. Let me go ahead and show you the same data but in a different visualization. Let's see if that helps you. Can you all see a funnel on my screen right now? The moment you would see a funnel over here, you would realize where the problem is. The problem is not my final conversion rate. Tell me where's the problem. Absolutely correct. Not enough people are coming to read my sample article. Right, everyone? The moment you go ahead and see this report, you will say, oh, Kunal, wait a minute. You know what? Your sample article is not prominently placed on the home page. because people who read my sample article 54% of times they actually go and convert. So the problem is not chasing your final conversion rate. The problem is right over here that you need to go ahead and have more people from your homepage to come to read your sample article. Correct, everyone? And this is what I mean by meaningful reports. The moment you go ahead and see these kind of reports, now you will come up with all kinds of insights for me, all kind of suggestions for me, recommendations for me. Now you will say, Kunal, you know what? You need to go ahead and put your sample article more prominently on the homepage. You need to go ahead and run campaigns where people come directly on your homepage. Kunal, you need to go ahead and put some kind of referral links or email campaigns where people are coming directly on this sample article page. So your sample article should be the landing page of your website. Correct, everyone? So it's not about the price, it's not about the content. The problem over here is that not enough people are actually going ahead and reading your sample article. Does it make sense to everyone? Sounds cool? Sounds interesting? Now let me go ahead and show you another report. Much like this. So this is for my registration on my website. So my registration rate is pretty decent. You see it's around close to 10%, 9.53%. My registration rate on my website, which is pretty decent for any website. But again, the problem is that from home page, not enough people are coming on enter details page, because people who come on enter details more often than not, they actually go ahead and register. And again, now you will say, Kunal, the problem that we figured out in last question, it seems like a theme on your website. It seems like that you need to go ahead and revamp your website, and you will have to go and revamp the homepage on your website where more and more people are able to go ahead and see these kind of options. Does it make sense to all? So guys, this is what web analytics is all about. Does it sound fun? Does it sound interesting? Should I go ahead and give you another question? One more question. Okay, let me go ahead and do that. So you know what, in my MBA days, I used to have, in my whole trimester, I used to have only one case study. I mean, 5 problems, but one case. So we used to go ahead and just solve that one. So this is what I've done over here. So I've created one case for all of you, but there are different questions on this. Let me know once you actually have read the introductions, and then I will show you the question. What, Pratik? I'm sorry. See, not enough people are coming to enter details, right? But after it is high, why? Because this is working as a landing page. So in 900 sessions, this became the entry point. See? So this is why even if only 141 sessions are coming from homepage to enter details, but on enter details, I am having around 1057 sessions. Do you see this, Pratik? Okay, so this is working as a landing page. So again, we have to go ahead and put it more prominently on the homepage. Sorry about it, guys. Please go through the question and let me know once you've read it. Sure, Tanmay. Okay, let's go ahead and forget about case study for now. Let's not focus on case study. Let's go ahead and understand this over here. Okay. So what it shows is that on my home page, I got around 4,683 sessions. This is clear? Great. Out of that 3% move, that is 141 move to enter details page where people can go and register on my website. Make sense to all? Great. But on enter details, if you see, I'm having 1057 sessions. So your question is where my 916 sessions are coming from, correct? Now see, if you see over here, 916 sessions are coming from different places. That is, out of these 900 sessions are coming directly on this page. For that, for 900 sessions, enter details is the landing page. You see this entrance 900? Then 7 sessions are coming from a different page, that is case study page. 2 sessions are coming from segmentation page. 2 sessions are coming from article 8 page. Then 1 session is coming from web analytics terms day 1 page. Make sense? So this is why even if only 141 pages are coming from home page, 916 pages are coming from outside of home page, other than the home page. So what it means is that even though my enter details page is pretty decent, but the problem is that it is not prominently very well on the home page. This is why my home page is not able to go for and send as many people on this page, on this registration page, correct? You would always assume that maximum registration should be coming from your homepage because everyone will go for and put the registration links on the homepage, right? But on my website, it is not as prominently placed. So this is why I'm having this kind of a problem. So even if my correct, Keshav. So even if my final conversion rate is pretty decent, but my homepage conversion rate is very low, which is a problem. So you will go and advise me, Kunal, seems like that your homepage needs a lot of work because now there are two problems. Number one is registration. Number two is newsletter subscription. If both your major conversions are having this kind of a problem, it means that your homepage needs to be revamped. Does it make sense to everyone? Sanika, Pratik, Priya, Soumya, Pratish, Kashmira. 4683 is the number of sessions I got on the homepage. Out of that, 546 registrations happened. Make sense, Keshav? Okay. This data is coming from, so I will actually go ahead and give you all the details, Priya, because I will give you all access to my Google Analytics account. To give you the answer of your question, this report is coming from goals, funnel visualizations. Okay. So all of you will, now I will tell you what all I'll be doing. Okay. Now I would want you to hang on for a minute. First of all, let me go ahead and show you what you'll have to go ahead and do this week. And then I'll tell you what all I'll be doing. All right. So content is something that you'll have to go by yourself. Like I said, that I will not go through PPT because I think that we need to be more practical in nature, and PPT will not be able to go for and do all these things the way that we did, right? I hope that is okay for all. If you're having problems, if you tell me, Kunal, nahi yaar, mujhe to PPT se hi padhna hai, please do let me know and I will go for and I'll be more than happy to go for and take you through PPTs. Right? So do let me know about it. So quiz is something that you'll have to go for and do. Now this is a brilliant video by Hans Rosling. He was one of the best data scientists that we have ever had. And it's a brilliant video. I used to go and do it in my class earlier, but now it's already on the LMS. So please go through it. You would really, really like it. Second task would be to go ahead and create your blog on Blogger or WordPress and then connect with Google Analytics. My recommendation would be
to go ahead and create the blog on blogger.com and then connect with Google Analytics, because on blogger.com in free you can actually go and change the code. Whereas to change the code in WordPress, you need to have the paid version. All right, everyone. You have WordPress, then you can go ahead and do it on WordPress. I don't mind it. You have 3 blocks. Super. So these are the tasks that you'll have to go and do. I like Blogger because I can change the code in free version, but that's just me. I will leave it up to you. How do you want to go and do it? Right, guys? Great. Go through it. Remember I showed you the code of my website, of my blog? Yes, it is for free on Blogger, which is all good. I will go ahead and share my data with you. Don't worry about it, Priya. It is just to go ahead and make sure that you are able to go and implement, just for practice. So Keshav, remember I told you that you have to go ahead and put the code, the JavaScript code on each and every page of the website. Remember this? Because JavaScript code has to be put on the website, na Keshav? Don't worry about it. There's a video over there in the task list that will help you to go ahead and see how to do that. There are videos over here which will guide you how to go ahead and put the code over here. It will guide you. In this whole task, there are videos for Blogger and for WordPress that will tell you how to go ahead and implement it. So it depends upon you which one you choose, Blogger or WordPress. Just do it on one. That would be okay. Make sense, everyone? Prateek, make sense? Great. Keshav, clear? Super. Now, guys, this is the feedback link. If you can please put your feedback in over here. Let me know what worked, what did not work. Kunal ऐसे करो, Kunal वैसे करो. ये नहीं अच्छा लगा, वो नहीं अच्छा लगा. Do tell me about it. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm actually going ahead and creating a shared drive for all of us. I will go ahead and give you all access to that. And I will go ahead and keep on putting our notes, our case studies, our white papers, all the reading material over here, so that you will be having a lot of content with you. Okay, let's go ahead and save this thing. Let's go ahead and put this thing over here, file upload. This is done. Now let me also go ahead and create a sheet over here. So over here, what you have to go ahead and do is you'll have to go ahead and put your email address. So this is number, name, email address, and this is LinkedIn profile, just in case if you want to. This is optional. Thank you so much. Don't go anywhere, Priya, okay? Because I'm actually going ahead and giving you a lot of things right now. This has to be a Gmail address. So I'm going ahead and putting my details over here as an example. It's over here. Let me put it over here. Okay. These are my details. So this is how you will have to go and put your details. LinkedIn is optional. In email, put your Gmail address. What I will do is I will take your email addresses and will give you all access to my Google Analytics account. Because right now in your Google Analytics account, there won't be any data, right? So how would you go for and practice? For practicing, I will give you all my Google Analytics account. All right, everyone? That would be better, right? In that way, you will be able to go for and practice all the case studies and everything. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and give you all the case studies as well. Now I will go ahead and share this link with all of you. Okay, so there's email list and everything. Now let me go ahead and share it with all of you. Get shareable link, share settings, and I will let you all edit it because you'll have to go and put your details in the Excel sheet. All right. So this is the shared drive link. Please do go and get all your notes over here, get your case studies over here, get your email list over here. Okay. For now, I'm only going ahead and providing you this. Next class onwards, I will start dumping in case more reading material, more thought papers, more books and everything. And I have written quite a few papers on advanced analytics topics, a couple of books. I will go ahead and share everything with you. Okay. Again, I will go ahead and ensure that all our learnings are very practical in nature and we are able to go ahead and solve a lot of things by ourselves, by our own hands. Still, in case you think कि कुणाल मुझे ये और extra चाहिए या कुणाल it will be better if you go ahead and cover these topics as well, please do let me know. Okay. Now I am actually going ahead and giving you all a WhatsApp link as well. So this is something that I have created, and there are a lot of students over here. Me and my brothers, even he was digital vidya trainer. So we do have a lot of students over here. So please do go ahead and join this group. I promise that you will have a lot of fun. You can discuss about everything and anything over here related to digital marketing. We have one very, very strong rule. Okay. I don't care about anything else. All of you are old enough. You know how to talk, what to say, what not to say. But there is only one rule that I'm having. If you don't follow that rule, if you go ahead and do anything against it, I promise that I will chuck you out of the group. Okay. What is that rule? That there should be absolutely zero good morning messages. मेरे पास वैसे ही बहुत सारी फूलों वाली गुड मॉर्निंग आ जाती है यार, बस फूलों वाली गुड मॉर्निंग मत भेजना, बाकी कुछ भी कर लेना, ठीक है, गाली दे देना कोई बात नहीं, मुझको गाली दे देना कोई बात नहीं, बट फूलों वाली गुड मॉर्निंग नहीं। यार, दैट इज माय ओनली रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू। मौसा मासी फूफा चाचा ताऊ सब भेजते रहते हैं मेरे को, हाँ, मेरे पास बहुत सारे आ जाते हैं दिन में। Alright everyone, does it make sense to everyone? I hope that you had a lot of fun, guys. uh, it was a lot of learning and a lot of fun for all of you. Please do keep it in mind that you can always go ahead and reach out to me. I have shared my email address in the shared drive. If you want in WhatsApp group, you will have my phone number as well. If you don't, go ahead and have it over here. This is my email address. Please do feel free to reach out to me at any point of time, and you do take care of yourself, and I will go ahead and see you all on Saturday. Thank you so much, Anika. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for all your kind words. All right, guys. Goodbye. Thank you so much, Neeraj. Goodbye.